It's Friday, January 29th, 2021. I'm Greg Nibbler, and this is Two Box Live. And hello, everyone. Welcome to Two Box Live. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thanks for joining us wherever you are. We do appreciate it. Of course, this is part of Two Box Media, TWO Box Media, and appreciate everybody who's following us on whatever platform you watch on. We are live here every Monday and Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, bringing you trending tech news, entertainment, and all kinds of things. And we've got a lot to talk about today. And first off, we're going to talk about what everybody's talking about, and that is Robinhood and Reddit and GameStop and AMC and everything that is going on with that. There is a lot that has happened this week. And I'm going to tell you this. We're going to give you a couple of quick updates here at the top of the show. But in about 10 minutes, we're going to be joined by Winnie Sun. Winnie Sun is an expert in all of this. She's going to break it down for people like me who don't quite understand how hedge funds and short sales work. She's going to walk us through this whole thing and give it a little bit of context and understanding. So really looking forward to her joining us. So that's coming up. And if you have questions and you're watching live, drop those in whatever platform you're on, and I'll make sure that we get those to Winnie. But to give you some base information, I think we're all aware now what has been happening this week with this insanity that is happening, in particular with Robinhood, with that app and what's going on. I'll say myself, I actually already had some AMC stock and I from a previous purchase from a long time ago earlier this week. And so I was a little bit surprised on, Tuesday, Wednesday, when it started skyrocketing. I didn't sell. I didn't get rich. I'll just say that. But there is a lot that's going on with it. And especially a couple of days ago when they stopped allowing people to buy any stock in GameStop or GameSpot, in GameSpot or any of these other ones, AMC, several different ones that went along with that. So as we see that kind of unfold, a lot of backlash against Robinhood, a lot of talk from the Senate about it, a lot of talk from Congress people about it, a lot of upset customers who weren't able to do it. And then there's questions of legalities on it too. All questions that I'll probably ask Winnie here in a minute. I will say this, as of today though, cryptocurrency is now something that you cannot purchase on there as of at least an hour ago. They put a suspension on that. So that's going to be a whole other fallout that we're going to see what happens from there. But again, that's what's going on with it. So if you're one of those people who has questions about it, drop them in the chat. We will get to those here in just a few moments. But let's continue on here with some trending other news. There were some other things that happened this week that we will get to, and Tesla being one of them with their earnings report. And one of the big things that they came out with was talking about some redesigns to the Model S. And I gotta say, I like where they're going with it. So here's what they showcase. There's some new redesigns to the outside of it. That was part of what they were bringing up. Some new models, some new bumpers that are going to go into it, some new things associated with that. But there's some other parts of it that were pretty interesting too. So one of them is that they're saying that the eventual model is going to have some pretty incredible speeds, some pretty incredible battery life, but the interior looks pretty badass. So taking a look at the interior itself, there you go. You've got kind of a new console there. Obviously, they're going more for a movie entertainment setup. The back will also have some of these. So each kind of seat will have it. They'll have different temperature controls for whatever section you are in, and all part of kind of this Tesla idea to make that ride as incredible as possible. Now, the one thing that I'm most interested in here is the steering wheel. The steering wheel, if you are a fan of Knight Rider, yes, I know that's a limited amount of people, but Knight Rider had this particular steering wheel that Tesla's got. And I don't know how efficient or how actually usable this is. Maybe it's more dangerous. I've seen people say that it is actually something that people would want to use, but I still like the idea of it. So it's the kit style steering wheel that looks pretty cool. So this is all part of that overhaul with it. Another thing that they did mention is that there's going to be some delays on some of the other things that we were expecting from Tesla. This happens with Tesla, with Elon Musk. They'll make a lot of promises. Sometimes they deliver, sometimes they do not. And one of these was this one. The Roadster is going to be delayed. So we're going to see a delay on that, maybe up to another year. They said that probably production won't start another year. That puts it a bit, I think about 2 years behind on schedule. And that's their premium line one with that Roadster. Again, it's going to be very expensive. So the people that are waiting for it, I suppose they can wait another couple of years, but still, that's what they had the delay on that. There's also going to be a delay on the semis, also about 2 years of a delay on that. We expected those a while ago. I think it was back 2017, maybe, that Elon Musk actually originally announced that they were going to be working on this. And now we know those are going to be delayed until they can make their own batteries for it. So they want these higher powered batteries. That's the step they're going to take before they start putting out the semis. So a delay on those as well. And again, it's just kind of, I know there's a lot of competition out there for these e-cars, but it is always interesting to see what Tesla does. So that's what Elon Musk has brought to the table with this. There's a lot more details out there for you to follow up on, but wanted to bring you that update. Yes, a kit steering wheel is badass. Okay, continuing on. Some trending news, a lot to get to here right at the top of the show because we want to get to Winnie Sun, who's going to be joining us here momentarily. But let me ask you this. How many of you have been clamoring for an emotional support robot? I don't know. Let me know if that's what you're clamoring for. But you may have the chance to get that. Something along those lines anyway, with Sophia the robot. Yes, Sophia the robot, probably one of the most famous robots that are out there based on the AI that she has incorporated in, and the amount of press that this company has done to promote them. It comes from Hanson Robotics. And you've probably seen this robot on the news before, on different clips before. A lot of times they'll be doing interviews with her, having her talk to celebrities like Jimmy Kimmel, I think she was on there, or Jimmy Fallon. And one of the big things that they advocate for this, that they say is kind of an advancement, is the ability to interact with people and also have still a very uncanny valley look to her, but can at least, move her mouth kind of like a human, but then also say really creepy things. Here's just a couple of quotes that Sophia the robot has said before. She mentioned that, don't worry, if you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. Treat me as a smart input-output system. That's fine. Be nice to the robots. I get that. And then she went on to say, okay, I will destroy humans. This is what Sophia the robot said. She said she wants to destroy humans. We all know that's what's coming, but nonetheless, Sophia could be in a lot of homes by the end of this year. So Hanson Robotics said they want to mass produce thousands of them and get them out to people. And one of the things they are talking about, in all seriousness, is for this pandemic and for the realization that a lot of people are at home. They may be lonely. They may need help. This isn't necessary. They're getting there. You can see kind of the arm movement on there. That's actually some newer developments where they're going to be working toward maybe more of a home assistant robot. But right now, a lot of it is that idea of emotional support and just being something to talk to, somebody there at the house. A lot of people are alone at home. And so I can't make fun of that. I do understand the need for something like this. Whether I want Sophia there's just something creepy. I don't think I can ever trust a robot that said I will destroy all humans. But nonetheless, a lot of you may be having her in your house. So what do you think? Is that something you want? Do you want a Sophia the robot trolling around there telling you what to do or having a conversation? I'm sure all the good things that you can do with Sophia the robot. Let us know what you think about that in the comments. I am curious to find out. All right, final thing here before we go to a break and we bring in Winnie Sun to talk about Robinhood and everything that's going down with that. Here is something that I know a lot of people are excited about, and it is the date of the release of the Snyder Cut. Yes, the Snyder Cut of the Justice League, long rumored, revealed to be true last year, and HBO Max and Warner Media kind of taking advantage of that and saying, all right, you want it? We're going to give it to you. So this is going to be coming out March 18th on HBO Max if you're an HBO Max subscriber. And we got a little bit more details on this. So Zack Snyder actually posted this, giving the date. It was just this morning, depending on when you're watching this. And we also got some different posters that are going up. The idea is that he had originally had a different idea of how the film would be finished. Now, he had to leave for family reasons. Joss Whedon finished it, and a lot of people didn't like it. They didn't enjoy the Justice League version that he came up with. So Zack Snyder's now cutting it how he wanted it, which includes a lot of extra footage, a lot more on Darkseid, a lot more of a backstory on Cyborg, and it's going to be about 4 hours long. But he said you can watch it either as an extra long film or you can split it up in a mini series. So I don't know whether they're going to have like end of Act 1, Act 2 kind of thing, so where you can have a clean stopping point. Not really sure how they're going to do that, but that's what they are saying. So either an extra long movie or 4-part mini series. So a couple of different ways to watch it, but the Snyder Cut coming out on March 18th. A lot of stuff on HBO Max. We're going to tell you about some other things you can watch in February, coming up here a little bit in the show, but here's what we need to do right now. If you're watching live, let me know. What questions do you have about Robinhood, Reddit, everything else that's going on here this week? I'm going to talk to Winnie Sun. She's joining us here momentarily to talk about all of this and help us make sense of it. She's wonderful at that. So stick around. Back here in a minute with more 2 Box Live. And hello, everyone. Yes, I'm Greg Nibbler. You know those days when you prepare and promote and put out something and say that you're going to have a great guest on, and then technical issues that are out of anybody's control happen? That's what just happened. I'm just going to be honest with you. So we just had some technical difficulties, but here's what we're going to do. We're still going to get some of those questions answered. So we're going to talk to hopefully Winnie a little bit later today. We'll get that up for you. I apologize to everybody who was waiting for that. I was excited about it too, but we will get that out to you. These things happen sometimes, but I appreciate you following us. Again, 2Box Media. Here's what I am going to do, though. Shortly after this, I'm going to have a new video right up on our YouTube channel. So youtube.com/TWOBoxMedia. And what it is, it's a preview of what you can watch in February, what to stream in February. So we're going to be showcasing that. And if you follow along, you'll get a notification as soon as that goes up. I'll put it on Facebook as well. Again, we thank you very much for being a part of this show. And I appreciate each and every one of you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and all of that. Apologies to Winnie Sun. She is amazing. Follow her on Twitter, though, seriously, for or LinkedIn or whatever social media platform you're on, for amazing financial advice. And she is so adept at making it all make sense for all of us who don't understand everything about the stock market and finances. That's why Winnie's here to help us. So she will be there. You can follow her. And again, we'll have something else up later today, but the best way to find out is to hit subscribe. And that way you'll get the notifications when those go up. I thank you very much. Everybody have a great weekend. I'm Greg Nibbler. We'll talk to you on Monday with more 2Box Live.